Di ba? Okay. People's money should have been delivered completely. Dito gyud sa kuan. Now, kung there is no observance of ethics, then mauni nga doon na yung mga discrepancy nga gakahitabo, no, in the government. And lastly, avoid ulterior motive. Okay, we wish to be of great help to the government, to the locality where we belong. So doon na tayo desire, no, nga mahimutang dako nga tabang sa gobyerno o diha sa atong lokalidad asa ta nabilong. We choose to be contributors rather than consumers. Dili lang kay ga-consume ta, dawat ta og kanang sa gobyerno, pero unsa pod ang atong makuan ato ang ma-contribute sa gobyerno. So siguro doon ay mga barangay nga doon na sila pahina, no? This is community nga kuan kalihokan, clean up drive. So hinaot nga di pud ta paulahi, no? Apil gud pud ta kay mo na way nga kita maka-contribute pod og maayo sa ato ang komunidad. So, how did you use so far your power, your authority, your position for the progress and peace in your community? Okay, kita, doon na tayo power sa atong pamilya. How we exercise power. How do we orchestrate atong power? O ikaw na ka sa gagawin nga organizations. O sa church, ikaw din ka nabilong. Doon na kay position niya. So how do you exercise or orchestrate your power also? Sa ako apod, as a pastor, gina-orchestrate ako ang power sa church through my church officers. Kada siya. So, naatay mga power pod nga gina-exercise sa tong family or sa tong organizations unsa din na. So, kamusta man? Ato bang na-orchestrate pag-ayo ang mao nga power or authority nga gihatag sa
Check, check, hey, mic test, sound check. Check, testing, hello, sound check. Check, hey, mic test. Check, hey, mic test. Testing, hello, sound check. Check, 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 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues, good morning. Uh, Requesting everybody to be prepared as we welcome our mace, the Sangguniang Bayan mace of Ipil, together with the Honorable Vice Mayor Anamel C. Oligario and our Secretary, Madam Estelita Silvano Eguia.
Good morning. Our 14th regular session of the Sangguniang Bayan ng Ipil is hereby called to order. Pambansang awit.
kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
I am a vice mayor, and my covenant with my people is to devote myself to public service by divine providence and by the will of the people. I am mandated to preside over the local legislature, that with integrity and statesmanship I shall lead the local legislature to enact measures and ordinances for the common good and fulfill my people's aspirations for happiness, peace, and prosperity. May the Almighty God help me consecrate myself for the people I am called to serve.
The Philippine Councilors League Creed. I am a Philippine councilor mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances that redound to the general welfare of my constituents in their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self as the guiding principle of my official acts. And as I head or tread the pathways of local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and heart, and I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people.
Okay, good morning again. Can we ask our secretary to call the roll, please?
Okay, good morning to each and everyone. Welcome to the 14th regular session. Present for today's regular session, Madam Chair, are the following. The Honorable Vice Mayor Anamel Oligario. We have Honorable Glenn Ayan Sabihon, Honorable Sharif Mazin Hasim, Honorable Dayan Catalunya. We have Honorable Eric Alibutdan,
Present.
Honorable Janelle Bordner, Honorable Elias Dangpalan, Honorable Joel Ebol. We have Honorable Alberto Alcoriza Jr.,
Present.
Honorable Triximil Palalon, Honorable Roy Andy Oligario, and we have Honorable Al-Hapid Muhammad. On record, there are 7, Madam. We are in quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Quorum.
1, 2, 3,
12 remain.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, okay.
7.
It's okay, since,
Including the presiding
Yes.
officer.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, since we are in quorum, can I ask the floor leader for the adoption of the order of business?
Yes, Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of the order of business for today's session, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Second, Your Honor.
Seconded. Okay, visitors hour. Do we have any visitors today?
Yes, Madam Chair. Again, good morning, every member of this Honorable Sangguniang Bayan of Ipil. In our session for today, so far we have 2 visitors, and I would like to call on first our first visitor, our Penro, Mr. George Laulao. We would like to welcome you, sir, to the session of the Sangguniang Bayan. Madam Chair, in this case, I'd like to move for the suspension of the rules to accommodate our visitor, Mr. George Laulao, our Penro.
Any second for the
Second, Your
suspension
Honor.
of the rule? Rule suspended to accommodate our visitor. Sir?
Okay, Sir George, you may use the rostrum, please.
before Mr. Laulaw, let me acknowledge first the presence of Honorable Catalunya. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Forester George Laulaw appearing for this August body. By virtue of the resolution number 09-117, a resolution requesting the Senro DNR Mr. George Laulaw to personally attend decision next week, October 1, which is today, to update the August body on the portion release application of Mr. Sharif Madsmer Hasim. Yes, my
Buluan.
office actually is a supervising provincial environment and natural resources, but I invited my Senro, which has jurisdiction of the second district, which is Sandro Dinis Catalan, and he will be appearing na late lang gamay.
Coming pa siya.
Yes, because any application will course to the office of the Sandro.
The
So
Senro.
my office do not have these details of the application unless it will be forwarded to my office for my review and approval. So it is Sandro Dinis Catalan who can give this August body any details of the application of Mr. Hasim, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. So next visitor. We'll just wait
Okay,
for Mr.
so we will just wait for the Senro to arrive.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. So thank you, Penro George. And now we go to the next visitor. We have Miss Rebecca Badod. The purpose of coming to the Sangguniang Bayan session is for financial wellness presentation. Not only for body wellness, but also financial wellness. So we would like to welcome Rebecca Badod. Ma'am, please, if you are here. Okay. You are from what office, ma'am? Pro-Life UK, an insurance company. Okay. Sige.
Yes. It will take how many minutes ang presentation, ma'am? 15 minutes. Can we limit into 10 minutes? Okay.
Good morning, everyone, ma'am, sir. My name is Rebecca Budod, and together with me is Lenny Papas. We are from Pro-Life UK. We are licensed financial advisors from Pro-Life UK. We will just sharing something.
Yeah. Nagdala mo brochure, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we just ko na lang ang mga brochure, no? Kay
sige,
taamurag
sige.
taas ang amo ang session karon.
Okay, sige, ma'am.
So,
Thank you.
ipasahin
Thank you
ko
sa
na.
opportunity, ma'am.
So we will just request for brochures para dito na lang namo. And then,
Thank you so much.
pwede man ninyo suruyon tagsa-tagsa ang mga
Mga
members
opisina.
offices. You are free
Thank
to
you.
roam around the municipal office. Okay, so thank you. And I think that was the last visitor, Madam Chair.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for privilege hour? Who wants to avail the privilege hour? Wala. Honorable Alcolisa, privilege hour, wala ko.
No, no, at
Okay,
this
so
point.
let's proceed with reading and approval of the minutes of the previous session.
Madam Chair, since we are now in the approval of the minutes of the previous session, I would like to move for the to suspend the reading of the minutes of the previous session, considering that we are already given copies of the minutes, Madam Chair.
Dispense.
Dispense
Okay,
the reading.
Second for the and a second? May seconded. Reference of business, Madam Secretary.
Hello. Okay, for the reference of business calendar and first reading, under proposed ordinance, we have three. The first one is ordinance number 020, sponsored by Honorable Joel Ebol, an ordinance amending ordinance number 9-167/2002, otherwise known as an ordinance establishing the implementing guidelines and policies in the conduct and operation of the public market and slaughterhouse of this municipality, particularly Article 2 under Section 14 miscellaneous provisions, by adding paragraph 14-A-01-A, paragraph 14-B-02-1, and Article 4, Section 28, paragraph 28F.
Committee on Rules.
Item B, we have the draft ordinance number 021, sponsored by Honorable Glenn Ayan Sabihon, an ordinance changing the position title from Project Development Officer to Salary Grade 15, Step 1, to Planning Officer to Salary Grade 15, Step 1, under the Office of the Municipal Planning and Development.
Committee on Rules.
Item C, we have the draft ordinance number 022, sponsored by Honorable Alberto Alcoriza Jr., an ordinance prescribing and approving the internal rules and regulations on quasi-judicial functions.
Committee on Rules. Back to Honorable Alcoriza.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to discuss it today?
Oh yes, pwede. Madam Chair, this proposed ordinance is really very important to the Sangguniang Bayan, considering that this has become part of the requirements in the previous local legislative awards that we lack. So, in fact, if we try to review our internal rules and regulations, you can not find this. You cannot find this this portion, the quasi-judicial functions of the Sangguniang Bayan. So, with this, Madam Chair, considering that we are looking forward to the for qualifying the Sangguniang Bayan of Ipil to qualify for the national awards of the LLA, I would like to move for this ordinance prescribing and approving the internal rules and regulations (IRR) on the quasi-judicial functions for second reading, Madam Chair.
For second reading.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Honorable
before that, may we be granted ample time to review this IRP, since this is very important in deciding for mga complaints, especially pertaining to erring officials of the government. So, may we be allowed ample time to review, and if it is okay with the proponent, next week na lang ang second reading.
I'll recess for 5 minutes.
Kaning IRR, naanatay IRR
motion for the draft ordinance of Honorable Alcoriza. Any discussion? Objection? Having none, motion is approved for second reading.
Madam Chair, thank you. And on the other matters, I move that this will be discussed for final approval on the third and final reading on the other matters, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Madam Secretary.
Under proposed resolutions, we have here draft resolution number 015, sponsored by Honorable Joel Ebol. Resolution approving the legislative agenda for CY 2025-2028.
This is for approval.
Madam Chair, in the sense that the Department of Interior and Local Government is now on the process of assessment and evaluation on the, what is this? Part of the Sangguniang Bayan activity, Madam Chair. I move that this resolution is considered as urgent. And finally move, Madam Chair, for the approval of a resolution approving the legislative agenda for calendar year 2025 to 2028. I so
Any second?
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion? Objection? If none, motion is hereby approved.
Under other communications, we have here the pertinent papers of Roy Disipulo Flores, resident of Barangay Taway, requesting for a resolution endorsing his application to the PNP.
Okay.
Appearance.
Disipulo Flores.
Disipulo. Ganito, sir?
So, Madam Chair, I move to suspend the rules to accommodate Mr. Roy Disipulo Flores of Barangay Taway.
And a second for the suspension of the rules. Seconded. Introduce yourself.
Yes, Mr. Flores, kindly introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone, especially to our Vice Mayor and for our legislators. I'm Roy Flores, Disipulo, taga Taway Ipil, Sambugay, and graduated at the STI and took the board exam last 2024, and
You passed the exam.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Ikulban ka? Ikulban ka? Relax ka. Dili rami mamaak diri.
Walay training diri.
Ano, okay. Atagan na ka na mong resolution. Sige na, just relax.
Ang amo lang gusto na namo mahibaluan Roy kung taga-Ipil bagyog ka.
Yes, sir.
So kinsa may imong ginikanan asa mo nga purok sa Barangay Taway.
Purok Morning Glory, sir.
Okay, unsay ngalan sa imong papa?
Roselier Flores,
Imong mama?
Susana Flores.
Dugay na ba kamo ang inyong pamilya nga nagpuyo diri sa Barangay
Yes, sir.
Taway? Asa man ka nag-elementary?
Ipil Central, sir.
Sa Ipil Central School.
Ulitaw ka.
Ulitaw pa?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
on other matters, we'll pass a resolution for Mr. Disipulo.
Yes, on the other matters, we request the committee chairman on the peace and order to pass a resolution in favor of Disipulo Flores to be endorsed to the PNP. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Disipulo.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Pwede niyo makuha na when Friday?
Friday lang, sir.
Friday afternoon.
Friday, balike lang Friday afternoon.
And ikaw na bahala magpapirma dayon, ha? Nakakapapirma. Okay, thank you, Mr. Disipulo. Okay, madam. Back to order.
Item B, we have here the SK Supplemental Budget number 1 for CY 2025, Barangay Gituan.
Appropriation.
Item C, we have the application for accreditation of Zamboanga Peninsula Transport Cooperative MSCU-IIT, National Multipurpose Cooperative Aurora Integrated Multipurpose Cooperative AIM Co-op, Greenfield Multipurpose Cooperative, and Zamboanga Peninsula Subanen Association of Timoys and Tribal Leaders.
Rules.
Item D, we have duly endorsed from the Office of the Mayor is a copy of the study leave agreement to be entered into by and between LGU Ipil and Dr. Earl Harris Martin Agbayani, Municipal Government Assistant, Department Head 1 at the Municipal Health Office concerning his application for graduate studies and visiting student researcher at the University of Calgary, Canada for the period January 6, 2026 to April 30, 2026.
We'll just refer this to human resource since this is employee and personnel matter.
Item E, duly endorsed from the Office of the Mayor's copy of the MOA to be entered into by and between LGU Ipil and the BDO Network Bank for the salary loan program for all qualified regular employees and elected officials.
Committee on Rules, loan na pod. Okay. Loan na pod. Utang daghanan tang utangan nga bangko.
Item F, application for land use reclassification from agricultural to commercial land of Eufemio Javier and Belia Javier located at Upper Pangi with an area of 3 hectares.
Committee on Land Use.
Item G, we have here the application for pre-patent of Mr. Mencio Ongal, owner over a parcel of land located at Purok, Bakhawan, Pangi with an approximate area of 700 square meters.
Committee on Land Use.
Item H, duly endorsed from the municipal mayor is a copy of the deed of donation to be entered into by and between Elena Chang and LGU Ipil for the donation of a parcel of land, particularly at the entrance of the road going to Sanito Ipil Public Cemetery, requesting for a resolution approving the content of the deed of donation and authorizing the municipal mayor to sign and accept the deed of donation in behalf of LGU Ipil. The mayor is requesting for urgency.
Madam Chair,
Can I ask the Committee on Land Use?
the Office of the Municipal Mayor, Madam Chair, certified this as urgent.
Yeah.
Katumaning atubangan sa atong interior katong dalan, nga i-donate nilang kuan, i-donate sa nilang akay. So I would like to pass a resolution on this matter, Madam Chair, a resolution giving the authority of the local chief executive, the Honorable Ramses Troy Oligario, to enter into a contract of deed of donation between the Elena Chang. They
Honor.
210
Square
square meter ang ilahang gikuan na may kopya din, Madam Chair.
Okay.
To
I-donate.
Dinonate
to the local government unit of Ipil. Ay sumo, Madam Chair.
Any
I second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Objection? You're having none? Motion is hereby approved.
Item I, duly endorsed from the Municipal Mayor's Office is the copy of the MDC resolutions requesting for appropriate action and approval through SB resolution. We have 4. MDC resolution number 4, resolution amending MDC resolution number 8, particular item number 1, Barangay Impact Project of Barangay Suklema and Maasin amounting to 200,000. MDC resolution number 5, resolution endorsing the reprogramming of 2025 20% unexpected fund amounting to 2,922,319.76 from opening of access road from Purok Mangyum, Timalang to Puting Bato to concreting of road at the entrance of the Ipil Public Market.
Public Cemetery.
Public Cemetery rather, sorry. MDC Resolution number 6, series of 2025, resolution amending resolution number 4, series of 2024, particularly project title, from rehabilitation of various streets amounting to 1 million to concreting of Ortiz Street, and 4, MDC Resolution number 7, series of 2025, resolution endorsing the supplemental investment program number 3 for CY 2025 amounting to 4,122,319.76 to the Sangguniang Bayan for appropriate action and approval.
From 1, 2, 3, and 4,
Yes.
we'll refer this to Committee on Appropriation. Resolution
Oh.
ordinances from barangay.
Ayun. 2, business. 2. Cemetery number 2. Cemetery 2.9.
Assign na
source.
resolution.
Muna ang source.
This is Madam Chair.
Okay, recess.
Recess.
Assign na siya
Okay.
kanang number 2. and 4, we'll refer this to Committee on Appropriation. And number 2, Honorable Alibutdan.
Yes, Madam Chair.
You can
I
pass
would
it.
like to pass a resolution, Madam Chair. On item number 2, MDC Resolution number 5, series of 2025, a resolution endorsing the reprogramming of 2025 20% unexpected fund amounting to 2,922,319.76 from the access road of Purok Mangyom, Timalang to Puting Bato to concreting the road of the entrance of the Ipil Public Cemetery. Madam Chair, I so move.
I second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby approved.
We are now on the committee report.
Committee report. Committee report. Honorable Libutdan. You have one. Honorable. Here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, I have a few committee reports, Madam Chair, for this morning. Committee report number 125 from the Committee on Rules, Resolutions, and Ordinances. Subject application for the local government unit of Ipil, Civil Society Organization, CSO accreditation of Mahad Arahma Ash-Shari Incorporated. Remarks and recommendations, the Committee on Rules, Resolutions, and Ordinances to which the matter was referred. The application for LGU Ipil CSO accreditation of Mahad Arahma Ash-Shari Incorporated to situate that the basic and important requirements relative to accreditation are being met. The reviewing committee during the review last September 29, 2025 discovered that the approved board resolution signifying the organization's intention for accreditation for the purpose of representation in the local special body lacks proper notarial procedure, and there is also the lack of a duly accomplished application form for accreditation in the submitted forms. The committee therefore recommends that this application be remanded to Mahad Arahma Ash-Shari Incorporated for compliance of the said notarial requirement and the accomplishment of an application form for accreditation as one important requirement. Motion to adopt the report, Madam Chair.
A second?
Second, Madam Chair.
Seconded. Before we proceed with your committee report, can we acknowledge our Senator?
Senro, Madam Chair.
Senator Mr. Katadan?
Okay. Our Senro.
And a second for the suspension of the rules.
Second,
Please,
Madam
Mr.
Chair.
Katadan. It's being seconded.
So, Sir Senro, you are now given the opportunity to talk. You may use the rostrum.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and to the members of the August body. Daghang salamat sa among sa pag-imbitar sa amo today, no? With regards to the foreshore areas are generally within sa atong public lands, and the DNR has the management and administration of foreshore lands since these are public lands, and they can be productively utilized through a lease contract of 25 years. And the lease contract would include recreational, industrial, and commercial utilization of the lands. But there is a need to balance between economic development, utilization of the lands, versus environmental protection also. So it is embodied within sa 25-year contract, and there are terms and conditions stipulated therein for the leasee or the proponent to follow, including the issuance of an environmental compliance certificate also. Now, with respect to the AOR of Ipil, for that matter, AOR of the second district, which our office has mandate covering 7 municipalities. Only 6 municipalities except Titay are with foreshore lands. So, for those that are not very familiar with foreshore lands, it took mao ni siya katong yuta nga between sa shore nga makover ug uncover og tide, no? Sometimes submerged siya, sometimes kung hunasan pod lapad pod kaayo ang land nga ma-expose. So these are all the foreshore lands that we are talking about and which is the main subject of the topic. So karon we are having a priority area of diri dapit sa Magdaop. And in fact we just had a survey of the Magdaop area, Barangay Magdaop, wherein we identified around pila kilometers to 3.18. We have submitted that management foreshore delineation map to the central office for purposes of evaluation and approval. I think we already had the NAMRIA initial approval. But then there are parts of the subject foreshore map na dili mi kasulod because naa din ha dapit going dito sa Pangis sa nito area nang ato ang gitawag nga airport. So I think everybody knows nga ang airport is a no-fly zone. So na no-fly zone. And ang survey sa ato ang foreshore area needs medyo precise kay na ato yung mga scientific basis on how to measure ang foreshore. So from the mean low water tide up to the highest water tide. So mo na ginahimo na to. So actually we are running that with a RTK, no, katong atong satellite derived na survey instrument. And gabutang tawag istaka. But we were curtailed sa among trabaho kay pag survey sa drone na may drone gina drone nato na siya no for natay siya orthophoto. Ang produced product ana is an orthophoto to be submitted to NAMRIA for evaluation and approval. So wala na kadayon ang drone kay mo automatic siya og bara. So dili makalupad ang drone dito kay automatic dayon ma-detect sa drone nga no fly zone siya. So pag abot tong NAMRIA last week dinhi, giingnan mi sa NAMRIA kung pwede mangayo mo officially mangayo ta og exemption sa kaap or siguro sir through this August body nga pwede ta mo sulod dito for purposes of measuring and taking the actual survey by drone and by land actually on the ground. So mo to ang nahitabo. So we cannot proceed. Pila ka kilometers pa to ang atong kulang pa para mahuman ang atong survey din ha. 1.6 o around 1.6 kilometers pa because the drone can no longer penetrate the area. So that's a prohibited airspace po, ma'am. So at any rate, we will be coordinating closely with CAAP. Should they give us the permission to push through, then we will submit the half that has not been undertaken for purposes of evaluation and approval by NAMRIA. And then, hopefully, the next year, lain na pud nga barangay until we finish the foreshore areas within the Sibugay area, within the coastal town, within the coastal municipalities of the 2nd district.
Sir, in relation to that, that a while ago you have said, no, that you need permission from CAAP.
Yes.
Can you not do it? Your
will.
office.
We will.
Okay.
Yes.
Because if ever we can somehow help, Sangguniang can help your office.
Yeah, but because sir, sa atong mga comprehensive development plan, our inputs, yung mapping nato sa atong foreshore lands, ma-incorporate po na siya. So we will have a kumbaga comprehensive good from bridge to the reef ang ato ang development plan. So all plans sa DNR should be in tandem with the LGU's vision and mission also. So mo nang amo ang ginahimo karon, but these are very highly technical nga surveys. So after all these plans will be handed down to NAMRIA, and hopefully after evaluation and approval, pwede namin maka-furnish for purposes also of the LGU's zonal. Kaya gamiton man diri ang mga zonal values sa LGUs,
Okay.
sa assessors, sa BIR, and then for future tawag ani pwede ta magkuan diri, pwede ta mag-apply for ports, wharves. So these are the areas that are exclusively used for that.
So, do you mean, sir, that this is the the very first time that you are conducting this high-tech survey?
Actually, we have done delineation, but delineation is more identification lang. But this
Yeah.
is the first that we are doing, and ang atong area is ang Magdaw.
With the help
dili
of the
sa Ipil.
technology?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first. Naanatay for sure management plan. Unfortunately, murag wala pa, kulang pa itong mga data sa una. Di ba na-submit na to, I think that was at least 5 years ago when Engineer Harry was here. But I don't think na na-approve to siya sa taas. At any rate, we are simply updating because of the scenarios right now. The land use over these areas are very dynamic. So, daghan na kayo siyang mga cancer, no? Daghan na kayo siyang mga structures within. And in so doing the survey, we are also identifying, enumerating kung unsa-unsa mga structures na din ha karon, which are not supposed to be. Kay, because of environmental concerns like tsunamis, etc. Dapat dili gyud na sila din ha. Not only for purposes of economic development, dili man ta gusto mo curtail sa economic development, but we are also looking forward sa balance ba between development and of course environmental protection.
Environmental protection.
Yes, siguro tananta naka-witness siguro sa news nga we just had a 6.7 earthquake sa Cebu. And we do not know kung asa naabot ang mga tsunamis. So if I would like to reiterate, sometime in 1976, kusog pa kayong earthquake, 7.9 scale. That was in August 17 of 1976. Naggamay nga tsunami sa Zamboanga City, but ang impact nga dako nga tsunami was in Pagadian City, whereby something like 2,000 to 3,000 people died.
Yes.
That was around mga 1 a.m. because I was still 4th year high school that time, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, sir, ang earthquake, ang among tiles,
Oh,
itaas siya.
Oh, kanidiri.
Hindi mga tiles.
yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, sir, ma'am, with due respect sa members of the August body, this is what we're trying to look into. Na kuan ba kanang rational use of the remaining resources that we have, because very limited na atong resources. This is not an infinite resource, and because of competition on land use, very dynamic use of the land. So tanan nga inappropriate na gyud nga kuan, kung pwede atong mga miug tabang pod on with respect to implementation of our programs and projects sa August body, para at least hanay ra pod, sir, in terms of comprehensive land use, magamit po siya kung unsay maayo. And we are looking forward sa cityhood of Ipil, and we hope na that transition, the transition that we are doing right now, including all the activities of DNR, would be in consonance also with the plans of the LGU.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Honorable Epon.
is the Minro, Madam Chair, invited for today's regular session? And may I also suggest, Madam Chair, the presence of the tourism?
Can we have a recess? Kay naman sila presentation.
Yes.
So we'll just have a
While,
recess.
once you're up.
Yeah, tawag si Juan, si ang tourism o si Menro, si Felix ba doon? Sir Felix. Recess?
Usang natin.
ngano ang barangay Magdaop among gipili kay naamang gud diya ato mga potentials nga mahimong resort, mahimong beach dayon naapod diya ang ato ang port. So mao na ni ang result nga amo ang gikandak para sa foreshore delineation sa barangay Magdaop. Ipakita lang nako, dili lang nako isa-isa kay para dili nami madugay, at least nga mapakita lang namo kung unsa ang nahitabo diato. So as what Sendro kaganina na discuss with regards sa what is a foreshore. So ang foreshore is the part of the shore that lies between the high water mark, high tide, and the low water mark, low tide. So dito namo gi-base kung asa tong pinakataas nga tubig ug pinakaasa yun siya mo abot iyahang pinaka low tide. So mao ni ang illustration para masabtan gyud nato kung unsa ang foreshore. No, kay nakita nato nagkataas, nagbalin-balin man gud ang ato ang tubig karon. No, sa una layo pa kayo ang dagat pero karon duol na kaayo. Nakaon na niya ang mga latid nato nga yuta diya sa Magdaop. Then ako na lang ipaspas kay para unsa may objective sa delineation survey nganong nagkandakta og delineation to establish the legal boundaries of the foreshore area, no, kay wala ta kabalo nga abinato nga okay pa na siya tukuran di ana, abinato pwede pa na puy-an diya ang foreshore. So to establish the legal boundaries of the foreshore area. Then, to identify the extent of the foreshore area. Mahibala na to unsa kataas ang foreshore. Then, determine the main high water o ang main water levels. Then, i-map out na to, mapping natural features, katong asa ang mga mangroves, asa ang mga dili pwede nato ma-dispose. Then, mo po ni isa ka problema nato, i-locate nato ang salvage zone or ang easement areas. No, familiar man ta kayo katong nahitabo sa Boracay nga gipangbungkag jud nato ang gipangbungkag jud sa DNR asa ang mga structure nga natukod within sa salvage zone or sa easement areas. So ang ato ang easement diri is naghatag siya og 20 meters para sa tapad niya is A and D, so 20 meters. Kung mangroves na siya, 40 meters. Then, i-document nato ang existing structures within the foreshore and easement zone. So, daghan kay mig na discover dito nga mga structures nga nasulod jud ay sa foreshore og sa easement. So naami daw nga gisunod ang daw Administrative Order number 2025-21. So guided mi sa mao nga order. So naami preparation, naay workshop before, then nag-conduct mi og coordination meeting diri sa LGUs before, no, together sa regional office. Diri man ni siya sa Ipil. Then nag-coordinate po mi sa Philippine Port Authority, then sa Barangay Magdaop. Then mao na ng pagkandak. So mao na ni ang output sa amo ang delineation. Dili na nako ikuan kay technical naman pud ni siya asa mi nagtay og unsa mi adlaw kay naana nag-observe mi dito sa main high og sa low tide alas 4 sa kadlawon naapagyoy alas 2 sa kadlawon. So kabalo man mi nga critical kayo ang Barangay Magdaop pero amo jud nang gisulong dito para makuha lang jud namo ang unsa ang main high ug ang low tide. So mao ni ang image nga nakuha namo sa Barangay Magdaop. Mao ni ang drone shot. Then mauna ni ang result sa barangay Magdaop nga for sure area nila. So sa mapa nato na adri ang for sure survey na ang salvage zone within properties ng salvage zone, mga titled property og ang port area nato. So kani mauna ni ang result nato. So dito based sa amo ang delineation ug sa profiling, more than 100 families nga naa within sa foreshore area ug within sa salvage zone. So mauna po na ang atong atubangon, no? In the near future kung asa nato na sila ipamutang. Yes sir, kanina sa sir. Diri pod nato makita nga ang for sure nato nisulod na gyud siya sa mga titled property sa latid nato. So dili nato siya mapunggan.
So this is, excuse me sir, this is insofar as mainland, no? Sa mainland man ni siya nga for sure area illustration.
Yes sir, sa mainland.
How about the Apo Island?
Sir?
Apo Island. Ay, Buluan Island. I'm sorry.
Sir, ang amo ang target karon is only sa barangay Magdaop, so wala pa mi na ka-touch sa lain nga barangay nga naay for sure area sa Ipil. Maybe next nga program sa DNR kung maka-avail pa ta, so amo ang next is ang barangay Buluan. Yes sir. So far kana lang among ma-present with regards sa for sure delineation sa barangay Magdaop. So mao lang na ang result. So magkuan na mi diri ma'am with regards sa among profiling. Maghatag mi og pila jud ka affected nga families nga nasulod sa within sa for sure og sa easement. Then so ang next na po nato diri nga kwan sir is ang katong ma'am katong invitation with regards sa application of Sharif Pads Merhasim located at Buluan Island, Buluan, Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay.
Can you show to us an illustration i-map dia sa Buluan Island? Na ba may drone kuan Japon dia?
Ang sa Buluan sir, i-check na mo sir kung naaba mi available nga image ato sir. Tanaw lang na mo sa Google. Ay, yes, sir. Humanata atong sa magdaop, sir.
Background yan, para well, illustration nila.
Sige. Wala na kayo present, sir, no?
With regards sa magdaop, ma'am, wala na, ma'am. Kanina lang sa application, katong sa invitation with regards sa application ni Sharif Madsmar Hasim, located at Buluan Island.
Back to order. Okay, Honorable Epon.
Madam Chair, may I, insofar as the application of the Honorable Member of the Sangguniang Bayan, Madam Chair, Chair's application, no, sa force release agreement, may I ask the Senro, who will now given the authority to approve an application? Who has the authority to approve?
Based on the manual of authority, the approving is ang mo approve ani, sir, is ang taga central officer.
So meaning the DNR?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why is it that you are asking a resolution from the Sangguniang Bayan interposing no objection with respect to a particular application?
Sir, i-present na ko, sir, ang checklist of requirements once nga mo apply ta for shortlist application. So para ma-specify na mo diri kung why we need nga napatay resolution. Oh. So before ta before ta maabot sa municipal resolution, one of the requirements is ang barangay resolution. Then ang next is ang municipal resolution. Then mangayo ta og mga certification clearances from Philippine Port Authority, from the Department of Public Works and Highways, from the Department of Tourism. Then mag-conduct ta dito og appraisal. Sir, last time naka-secure nami og certification from the different agencies, to be included ang Department of Tourism. So it happens pag forward namo dito sa regional office, nabalik ang application tungod kay gusto sa nila is baguhon ang i-update ang certification. Then maoto na nag-request na po ng certification from the different agencies. Then ang atuang Department of Tourism nag-request me dito sa provincial tourism office. Then karon maoto nga gi-forward sa provincial tourism, maoto pagpangutana namo, gi-forward pa daw diri sa LGU. So mauna sir karon, sir, nga gipaklaro lang namo nga ang mga certification nga among gikinahanglan is from Philippine Port Authority, from DPWS, from Department of Tourism.
Okay, so my point here, sir, is that perhaps the national government through the DENR is also tapping the local government unit like Ipil if there is also a plan, because di ba sa atong mga trainings before naman tayo mga co-management agreement, di ba, in the preservation, in the whatever, no, mga development and activities nga himuon nato sa atong mga coastal resources. So I believe, sir, that the DNR is also referring to the municipality insofar as ug naabay CLU people nga concern ang municipality of Ipil with respect to that particular area. Because in my research, like for example in Negros, Apo Island is managed by Naita. Naipas. Okay. So, of course, national ang nag-manage ato niya. Kay property man to sa gobyerno. This is another case because that island is a private owned, no, property. However, let us be reminded that the owner's responsibility is only the land. The coastal area is managed by and owned by the government. That's why I even asked, why is it that the tourism is introducing a boardwalk project there at Barangay Buluan? What's the purpose of that? That's why I am also asking the presence of the tourism, so that at least all of us will be at least well informed about this ongoing program of the government. Unsa bay purpose anang nagbutang tag boardwalk diha sa Buluan? What is that for? So perhaps to promote our Buluan Island. Of course, mao jud na siya ang logic din ha. Now, mine is if we will allow application for what is that? Foreshore lease agreement. Nabaligya na ra ba ng murag isa ka hektarya siguro din ha. Of course, if we will allow this, the other kanang 10, I believe 10 or 7 ba karon kay murag giuli na tong tulo. So kana pud sila mo request pud sila unya og foreshore lease agreement. Of course. Now let us be again reminded, basig wala nato ba na consider nga ang Buluan Island is one of the nature nga naa diri sa lungsod sa Ipil, sa probinsya sa Zamboanga, Sibugay. And we were known because of that Buluan Island. It's nature alone na nakahatag na og pangalan sa lungsod sa Ipil. In fact, awarded na taana. Now, another point that I am trying to drive out is that if we will allow that, I do not know if all of us know that palibot nga unsa na baybayon balas is a nesting site of mga turtles. So ang akong pangutana, dili ka di sila ma-disturb o mahimo nang commercialize. That's my very very question, sir.
Madam Chair and members of the August Body, Sir, I think that is a very welcome observation on your part, and for DNR, this is what we really need, no? Dili lang kay kung na application automatic na dayon. That is why nga one of the requirements that has been provided dito sa among DAO is to seek an endorsement from the LGU, because whether we like it or not, the application is within the AOR of the LGU. Dako kayo ang pagtubag sa LGU with regards sa tanang mga project, not only for national government, including local projects. And for that reason, sir, we appreciate your concern. So, ang ato lang diri, sir, is that being part of the requirements is that we really need to have an endorsement. Now, if naay let's say pagtutol or gusto lang maklaro unsa ang mga programa, then we will suggest that the proponent present it to this august body for them to appreciate or to disapprove ang application. Para tananta will be tawag na to informed and knowledgeable ug unsa ang mga plano na dito. But in essence, sir, the area has been a titled property, and the littoral owner, ang owner nga na dito, is given the right, or for any other matter, bisan kinsa, to apply for a foreshore lease. Because since it is part of the public domain, so under DNR laws, public domain siya, so pwede siya applyan as part of the foreshore lease agreement. Unfortunately, there are several hindi lang dapat nga ihatag lang nato. There are many requirements. That's why we are very strict nga for the compliance of the requirements. Kay dili man na siya ingon nga dole out lang nato kung capable na ba sila, but there are several nga stipulations dito sa if maawardan siya sa contract, daghan to siya og kuan kanang restrictions pod. On the part of the DNR, on the part of the proponent, sa lisi ug sa DNR to monitor that. With regards sa gitawag nato, sir, katong sa Turtle Island, turtle nesting site, we are DNR is monitoring that periodically. In fact, almost every month na atay ginapadala dito. We are looking forward to having sana if you would like, sir, a committee hearing with regards to the proponent with the DNR, with the tourism and the Menro, to thresh out kung unsa mga issues and concern, kung pwede ba siya, applicable ba siya, mahimo ba nato o dili. With the restrictions, with the additional restrictions, should the LGU would like to push forward kung unsay mga pwede niya i-attain sa proponent, if the proponent is willing to compromise kung unsay mga tawag ato sa mga demands sa LGU. And then we should the requirements be complete, i-process lang namo, but nonetheless it should be the LGU with the certification that should address kung unsa na mga foreseeable nga tawag nato nga foreseeable nga problems later on with regards sa utilization over the land. With the exception sa ECC, kay lain naman to, sa EMB naman to, no? And we address na nga we look forward to that with your observation, sir, nga welcome gyud na siya, sir. In fact, we really admire nga mga ang ana kay dili lang ingon nga ang DNR lang ka process. In fact, naagyoy siya ang LGU. In fact, one of those is sa Naga, ang Dakon, may subsidiary siya nga tawag ani nga company, nag-apply po for sure dito. In fact, they had been the lessee dito for 25 years. But unfortunately, it was wala na to siya na padayon kay wala pa gani gyud go signal ang LGU for the renewal, which is good kay gitanaw po sa LGU ang ilang kahimtang kung unsay maayo. So with regards sa buluan, I think it would be best if the Committee Chair on Environment and siguro if the August body would permit nga naay murag special session para aron nga kinsa-kinsa toy mga interesado dito kas-ara ang kas-ara matakel. Because I think dili lang man siya isa ka proponent murag naapay mga lain dito nga would kaingon ni sir nga gusto po siguro. With regards sa marine protected area, sir, I think the Menro can aptly illustrate kung unsa tong mga gipanghimo ni Sir Felix na si Sir Felix diri. But this is a separate delineation of the area, di ba sir? Dito siya sa Luyo. Sa Luyo Dapit and but we cannot say nga the application should the application be approved and the land use now becomes I don't know if it will be industrial, resident, recreational or commercial kung naabay impact dito. But si Sir Felix naama siya diri, we would like to also hear siguro si Sir Felix para unsay maayo nato because baka there will be a buffer zone that should be established, a buffer zone wide enough para dili siya maistorbo ang ato ang marine protected area. Should there be a need, then we will gladly, the DNR is here to help kay part of economic development versus environmental protection man ta, dili man punta anti-development, but we are also concerned with environmental protection equally kay daghan namang nanghitabo gud sa ato so sir Felix, among partner sa Menro.
But before that, Madam Chair, Sir Dan, good morning.
Morning po.
I just want to clarify that the applied area excludes the marine sanctuary.
Yes.
Can we give a like maybe a specific delineation as to unsa siya ka lapad
Yeah.
and how far is it from the kaning marine protected area nato?
Okay, ma'am. With your kind indulgence, ma'am, may we call si Menro, sir?
Sir Felix.
Good morning, ma'am, sa atong presiding officer and to the members of this August body. With regards to the application of Mr. Hashim for the sure lease agreement, previously it was discussed in many of the parang site validation dito sa Buluan Island. And we really amon yun itong gipaklaro ang extent sa ilang application because of the presence of the marine protected area sa Buluan Island. So we made sure nga dili gito ma-appeal tong waters nga naa sa tong protected area because there's already an ordinance for that. And the ordinance number 08-452-2017 katong managed access or MAAS ordinance, naa po dito ang mga regulations pod nga gibutang unsa ang pwede lang ang mga activities nga mahimo dito sa Buluan Island Marine Sanctuary. So naka-specify gina dito unsa mga activities nga pwede o unsa pwede dili. So i-ensure namo to nga ma-appeal dito sa deliberation para ang application sa ni Mr. Hashim ma-consider pod niya. Ang pinaka-importante is unsa ang development plan nila with regards sa ilang for sure. Mo ta mong gipaklaro nga dapat makita nato para ma-compare po nato sa ato ang MPA kung asa ba dapit ang pwede ma-merge lang dili siya ma-affect sa ato ang sanctuary. So iti mo tagi pa pangita namo ang ilang development plan jud sa for sure. Kay mao man to ang critical nga i-consider nato kay ang island nasa nesting site siya sa mga marine turtles. So baka ang development nila mo affect dito sa existing nest sa mga marine turtles kay na-establish na siya sa DNR na nagyud siya mga nesting area surrounding the island.
Madam Chair, ang akong punto po dinhi in relation to the application of a foreshore lease agreement in in Buluan Island, ang ako is for us to be very clear. I think it is very important that the government is the one who should set the tone. Siya ang mag-establish ni ana. Ang aplikante mosunod lang dito. Ang ako, for example, if the proposed area is a breeding ground of marine life, for example, then plans should fit siya dito sa pag-preserve sa marine sanctuary. Dayon, sundon na lang sa mag-develop. Sundon niya, unsay ang plano dito para klaro ta. And that plan of the applicant should be incorporated even in our agreement. So that, wagid siya pwedeng himuon nga dili muhaom dito sa atong agreement. So, I think the suggestion of our Senro that we should have the meeting of our minds, all parties involved, the local government unit of Ipil, the office of the Sangguniang Bayan, the office of tourism, environment, and all departments, all government agencies nga dunay relasyon ini, dapat mitingon na nato unya ang aplikante didto siya mokuha sa iyahang plano base sa ato ang gi-establish nga limits.
Yes.
I think that would be very effective.
Yeah,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So to kuan na lang sa atong discussion, no, kay murag atong discussion nagkataas. We don't even know unsa gyud plano sa aplikante.
Yes.
So that's, sir, thank you sa imong kuan nga. We will invite the applicant maybe next week with the presence of course sa inyo ha, to present their plan. Kay sa sige tang ga-discuss unta kay balo sa iyang plano kung unsa gyud tanan. So maybe next week we will just send an invitation.
Madam
sa
Chair.
applicant.
Yeah, sir, I would just want to inquire, Sir Felix, na katong identified ninyo nga nesting area of the turtle, is it included ba ang applied foreshore area? Naigo ba siya?
Yeah. I think portions, kaya ang mga nesting sites magod nila, ma'am, bisan asa lang siya within the island, so na balas. So motoy critical kayo nga sa ilang development plan ma-factor in yun to asa to nga mga area, since it's already identified by the DNR nga kini nga area na diri na atin siya nest before kato nga area, so ma-preserve yun to siya kay mao man na ang importance nato sa sa conservation nga dili lang yun sila ma-disturb katong mga area nga identified na kay naka-geotag na siya, nakuha na siyang mga coordinates sa mga technical na to nga mga personnel from the DNR.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Aduan. So we'll send a letter, invitation letter to the applicant.
Madam Chair, before letting go our visitor from the DNR Senro, I just want to inquire our dear colleague, Honorable Ebol, because he was citing the ordinance on the coastal and marine aquatic resources as to which provision of the that specific ordinance, because that was what he was talking about last session, and then I think that's also the reason why we invited our DNR Senro right now, as to unsang specific provision on that ordinance he was telling kay ni cite bagito siya specifically nga ni Konsehal Ebol na
Delineation?
not
Unified
amend.
Fishery Ordinance?
Yes, not amend, but diba parang ma-invalidate because of the application of the foreshore. So maybe also we can invite the Mr. Dennis Catalan again to the rostrum to answer ang queries at
Yes.
ang colleague.
Sir.
And unsa
Mr.
nga
Senro.
specific provision ang violation nga he was citing on that ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, this representation already know that the marine protected area is already delineated na siya. So, it is out of the picture dito sa applied for sure lease agreement. But what I am trying to drive out even before my discussion is that basin pa later on nga naay disturbance ba dito sa ato ang mga marine unsa pa ni marine life because practically we will develop that. Of course kana ra ba daw mga turtle uran ra ba daw na kayo basta may bawaan na sila magbalik-balik na dili na ra puno na mo kuan na diha stay. So mahina-hina na ni sila og kawala. So inana ba? That's mine now. But anyway, for me, if economic activity is more considerable than preserving our area, then so be it. Narma po na sa ato paunsa na to na siya ikan. Mine is just we just like to open this up because I even Madam Chair, I even ask if there is a comprehensive land use plan with that in connection with that Buluan Island because we have that boardwalk financed by the Department of Tourism. So siguro ug mo allow na taan na application, I do not know if the local government should later on ug magplano na pud nga mohimo diha og unsa pa ni work I do not know pwede na ba maalaw ba kay naa naman tay gi-approve nga i-approve nga what is this application. So I suggest, Madam Chair, that all of these things be discussed during the committee meetings na lang siguro kay medyo taas yung mga discussion.
But we still need an answer from Mr. Kapanan.
So we will hear from our Senro the answer.
We will be glad to be available anytime that this august body would wish to be for us to be present. At any rate, siguro, if I would add, probably we could invoke ang corporate social responsibility should the proponent be allowed and the application be approved later on as part of their corporate social responsibility, be involved sa active preservation, conservation, management, and protection of the resources na nandiyan dyan. Pwede na to invoke dito, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to ask if, since the applicants have submitted these papers, have they included the development plan for the said proposed area?
Naana. But then, that will still be subject to our deliberation should the committee so requires.
Okay. So, at least na sila gi-present nga plano.
Yes, po,
but may we request that on the end of our tourism officer, since the certificate required for the application is requested on the municipal tourism officer, that he be provided a copy of the said development plan of the applicant. And maybe we can also request from our municipal tourism officer of tourism development plan, no, not only for Buluan, but maybe for the whole Ipil, yes. Para makahibalutaw sa atong 10-year plan on labi na diha nga site kay it's really income generating. Maybe also kani man good sir, we know that there are breeding sites and we want to protect them. But mo lagi na since we are to balance and we know no nga it's also visited site, no, kani nga ang for leisure, for mga activities ang Buluan. Even without the foreshore lease, how can we be sure na protected na ang mga nesting mga area sa turtles nga wala gali siya gi-manage properly? So maybe on appeal na sa agreement, no, kay di ba na may agreement for sure lease agreement that on the end of the applicant na mo lease sa foreshore sa iyahang property that these nesting areas of the kaning turtles bitaw ma-identify and protected. I think it's much better nga mahibaw ang owner rather than na ay mga coming visitors dito nga wa manggali sila kahibaw. And mas unprotected na noon. Nadaghan biyag visitors no, not only on weekends, even on weekdays. Nya karon walay ga manage. So it's even more, di ba? We're even more putting danger to the kanang mga eggs kasi wala sila naman. Rather than have a certain kanang person nga responsible nga ma-protection nandun siya. Na-identify naman na sila nga areas, I think on the end of our main row, wala magalitay identification on the end sa buluan nga. These are the nesting grounds of the turtles. Diba? So,
Ma'am, nakadelineate na taas sa mga dapit so that the DNR is periodically going to the area with our menros.
But
Ga-monitor ta dito asa dapit ta siya.
is somebody there nga kanang monitor gyud siya every day kay namang gyud na yung mga visitors
Yes.
coming and then wala ta kahibaluog natandog ba na sila or wala.
Yes.
So walay regular monitoring, no? So mas maayo yes, we check periodically. That doesn't equal to kanang kuan bitaw vigorous gyud nga monitoring. So maybe kana that this is actually a good nganing issue nga na raise para dili lang for this end of the application but also sa end sa ato ang munisipyo nga we identify those and then even nga wala pa man ni siya on process pa man ni ang mga application of the foreshore identified na sila and then it will be monitored regularly on a daily basis gyud.
Okay po ma'am.
I think we can also address that to our Menro. Okay, nagkaman siyang tao.
Yeah. Oo.
Si Sir Felix. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you very
ma'am.
much.
Thank you po.
So, invite na po ka na mo, sir, hasunod. Thank you. So, next.
Sorry, Madam Chair, napagkuan query to our sir, napabaylain application na dawat aside this from Mr. Hasim.
Napa ba? Napay lang application? For sure list? Pero so far wala na.
Yeah, kay since you mentioned about corporate social responsibility and you mentioned about isahon ni silag meeting, mas maayon ta, no?
Para maisa.
Para maisa. Dita redundant kay sig meeting.
Madam Chair, kung naatay plano nga invite sila tanan, mag-set lang tao kanus then mutabang ko og pangita sa mga tagiya. Kay Attorney Aldwin is one of the owners na nasa portion po dito.
Invite to na lang tanan tong mga
Yes,
owners
ma'am.
dito sa island.
Mangutana na lang ko sa iya kinsa ang ilang mga kauban nga
Nang
tagiya.
Ding Castro, sila ni Metro Ipil, sila Jaja Jory, yeah, sila. So, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sir Dennis and Engineer Tumami.
Ano naman si Rona, we welcome development pero dapat dili siya mapariho sa Boracay ba, island. Nga wala na control. So look what happened. That is why before ang developments din kaya pa man natong i-control. So we set the regulations at this point in time. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue with your committee report, Honorable Alcoriza.
Yes,
So
Madam Chair.
How many committee reports do you have?
I think we have 6.
I got this.
Next committee report. Committee report number 126 from the Committee on Rules, Resolutions and Ordinances, subject application for, again, CSO accreditation of Dumandan Women's Association. Remarks and recommendations, Madam Chair, the Committee on Rules, Resolutions and Ordinances to which the matter was referred, the applications for CSO accreditation of Dumandan Women's Association to situate that all basic and important requirements relative to the accreditation are met. The reviewing committee during the review last September 29, 2025 discovered that the approved board resolution signifying the organization's intention for accreditation for the purpose of representation in the local special body lacks proper notarial procedure also. So all other important requirements are already met except for the said notarial procedure from any law firm or a law practitioner who is allowed by law to do notarial job. The committee therefore recommends that this application be remanded to Dumandan Women's Association for compliance of the said notarial requirement, Madam Chair. Motion to adopt the report.
And a second for the adoption of the report of Honorable Alcurisa, and seconded by Honorable Alibutlan. Next committee report.
Next committee report, committee report number 127, again from the Committee on Rules. Subject here is another application for CSO accreditation of Tumitom Women Association, STII Employees and Agri-Farm Credit Cooperative, and number 3, Gituan Women Association. The Committee on Rules, Resolutions and Ordinances to which the matter was referred, the application for CSO accreditation of the following group: Tumitom Women Association, STII Employees and Agri-Farm Credit Cooperative, and Gituan Women Association. We do this to make sure that applicants possess enough requirements to be accredited by the LGU and to be equipped with knowledge and power as LGU's partner in the development. The reviewing committee during the review finds the submitted requirements by the above organizations to be complete, in order, and substantial in form to be accredited by the local government unit of Ipil and ready to be partners in the development. Therefore, it is hereby recommended that the application for accreditation of the above people's organizations be approved. Motion to adopt the report, Madam Chair.
And a second, seconded by Honorable Alibutlan.
And finally, for this report, Madam Chair, I so move for a resolution granting accreditation to Tumitom Women Association, to STII Employees and Agri-Farm Credit Cooperative, and number 3, to Gituan Women Association, Madam Chair, as CSO accredited organizations.
Seconded by Honorable Alibutlan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next report is committee report number committee report number 128 from the Committee on Rules, Resolutions and Ordinances. Subject here, Madam Chair, is the Barangay Revenue Code of Barangay Sanito, Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay. Remarks and recommendations. The Committee on Rules, Resolutions and Ordinances to which the matter was referred, the Barangay Revenue Code of Barangay Sanito in Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay, for review and perhaps recommendations, if there are any, that will help make the said code perfect for implementation in the barangay when it is needed. The Committee on Rules conducted a committee meeting discussing and scrutinizing the whole content of the Barangay Revenue Code of Sanito last September 29, 2025 at the Sangguniang Bayan office, which was attended by the majority of the members of the committee. During the review, the committee noted that there were some items within the code that mentioned about business size, especially or specifically mentioning about small, medium, and large sizes. But the code itself failed to specify when a particular business considered small, medium, and large at the same time. Therefore, the committee recommends that all items found in this code, starting from item 1.68 of Section 2 on peddler. Item 1.2, construction supply and hardware. On item 1.4, calibration center. Item 1.7, on soap and cosmetics business. Item 1.10, for catering services and fast foods. And item 1.44, dealing with surplus dealership. Item 1.49, ukay-ukay stalls. Item 1.50 for fruits and flower plants dealerships. And finally, in item 1.52 for grocery stores, shall all bear the corresponding asset sizes for businesses considered as small, medium, and large for clarity and easy identification of the three business sizes. In addition, the committee also recommends to the barangay concerned to consider lowering some business clearance fees, especially those fees which are above 3,000 pesos that can be considered already as excessive, Madam Chair. In the formulation of a barangay revenue code, the barangay officials should always take into consideration that business clearance fee is just a prerequisite to business permits that only an LGU has the authority to issue, and therefore the fees must be reasonable, never excessive, and these fees in the barangay should not be based on capital investment or gross sales or receipts, but it should be proportionate only to the service provided by the barangay. The committee recommends that this revenue code be remanded back to Barangay Sanito for proper action and compliance. Motion to adopt the report, Madam Chair.
And a second, Honorable Dangpalan. Second. Seconded by Honorable Dangpalan.
Finally, Madam Chair, committee report number 129 from the Committee on Rules, Resolutions, and Ordinances. Subject here is another application for CSO accreditation. This time from application from Tenan Indigenous Farmers Association. Remarks and recommendations, Madam Chair, the Committee on Rules, Resolutions, and Ordinances to which the matter was referred, the application for CSO accreditation of Tenan Indigenous Farmers Association. The reviewing committee during the review last September 29, 2025 also discovered that the approved board resolution signifying the organization's intention for accreditation for the purpose of representation in the local special body lacks proper notarial procedure also. All other important requirements also are already met except for the said notarial procedure. Therefore, the committee recommends that this application be remanded to Tenan Indigenous Farmers Association for compliance of the said notarial requirement before we proceed to the accreditation process, Madam Chair. Motion to adopt the report, Madam Chair.
And a second, Honorable Oligario. Honorable Oligario. Second. Seconded by Honorable Oligario.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's all for today's committee report.
Madam Chair, I have
Thank
one
you so much. Yes, okay, Honorable Catalonia.
I have one committee report. Committee report on Committee on Appropriation. Subject SK Annual Budget Calendar Year 2025 of Barangay Labe amounting to 278,104 pesos and 10 centavos, and SK Supplemental Budget Number 1 Calendar Year 2025 of Barangay Lower Ipil Heights amounting to 295,545.98. The Committee on Appropriation, to which was referred SK Annual Budget 2025 Barangay Labe, and also SK Supplemental Budget Number 1 2025 of Barangay Lower Ipil Heights of this municipality for review, evaluation, and approval. The said SK Annual Budget 2025 and SK Supplemental Budget Number 1 2025 has been referred to the Local Finance Committee through the Municipal Budget Officer for technical review and preliminary review. After review, it is hereby declared operative in its entirety, effective upon its approval, subject to the posting requirements under Section 59 of RA 7160, and further subject to the conditions cited in the Local Finance Committee review. In the implementation of its budget, the LGU must ascertain adherence to the fundamental principles enumerated in Section 305 of the Code. It is understood that the review action does not authorize any item of appropriation that is specifically prohibited by or inconsistent with the provisions of law. The committee hereby recommends for its approval, provided that the compliance with the foregoing and its execution of the budget shall be the sole responsibility of the implementing barangay government using the standard guidelines, procedures in budget execution phase prescribed under the budgeting, accounting, and auditing rules and regulation. I move for the adoption of committee report number 1, 2, 3, and 1 to 4, Madam Chair.
And a second, Honorable Alvin. Seconded by Okay, is there any more committee report? Okay, let's go to the calendar of business, Madam Secretary, the business for the day. Second reading.
Resolution declaring operative.
Madam Chair, I move for a resolution declaring SK annual budget 2025 of Barangay Labe amounting to 278,104 pesos and 10 cents, and SK annual budget number 1 2025 of Barangay Lower Ipil Heights amounting to 295,545 and 98 cents, declaring its entire operative in its entirety.
And second.
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby approved. Okay, let's go to the business for the day for the second reading, Madam Secretary.
Okay, for second reading, we have 6. The first one, we have the ordinance establishing a business incubation center in this municipality providing support services and incentives to early stage entrepreneurs and to promote innovation, job creation, and sustainable local enterprises. This is sponsored by Honorable Alberto Alcoriza Jr.
Honorable Alcoriza.
Madam Chair, for items B-1, B-2, and B-3, I move that this will be calendared for the continuation of the second reading in the next regular session, Madam Chair.
Okay, calendar for the next session for second reading.
Item D, we have the ordinance institutionalizing the local nutrition improvement program of the municipality of Ipil, strengthening nutrition services at the barangay level, promoting healthy dietary practices, and establishing sustainable support mechanism for community nutrition. This is sponsored by Honorable Glenn Ayan Sabihon.
Since Honorable Sabion is not around, so maybe we can calendar this for next session.
Item E, we have the ordinance institutionalizing the local implementation of universal health care, integrating barangay health services, health referral system, and public-private partnership in health care, delivery, and for other purposes. And this is sponsored by Honorable Elias Dangpalan.
Since the proponent is around, so Mr. Proponent, Honorable Dangpalan.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of an ordinance
For second reading?
for second reading, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
And a second for the approval for the... Okay, it's been seconded. Any discussion? Objection? There having none, motion is...
Madam Chair, as previously discussed with the proponent of the ordinance and a suggested amendment introduced on section 7, may we hear with on the side of the proponent regarding such suggestion?
I think we just approve first and then amendment. Na-approve na. Yeah, for the second. Okay. Okay, amendments.
I'd like to amend for removal of letter B on section 7, funding in appropriation, Madam Chair.
And a second for the amendment.
The removal of the PhilHealth capitation fund and reimbursement under section 7 for the source of funding and allocation, Madam Chair.
Letter B.
Okay na. And a second for the amendment.
Second.
It's been seconded. Okay, let's go back to the main motion as amended once.
So,
Wala na.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Is there any discussion for that amendment?
Ang tantangon niya is...
Aprobahan na lang dayon para walay question.
Koon lang ang B. B. I-delete lang ang B.
Okay. Okay.
So useless siya.
Oh, yeah.
Okay na ta.
Hindi,
It's letter E.
Ang section 7 to, tanan yan.
hindi,
Kung natay special health fund, wa man tayo
So, okay na. Okay na ka, Honorable Dangkalan. Okay, let's go to letter F, Madam Secretary. An ordinance granting amnesty.
Okay, item F.
Letter F. Letter
Item
F.
F pa. An ordinance creating amnesty to delinquent leases tenants of the local government-owned stalls at the Ipil public market by waiving penalties or charges and interest until December 31, 2025. This sponsored by Honorable Joel Ebol.
Honorable Ebol.
third and final reading.
Letter F, an ordinance granting amnesty.
yes, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I move that this ordinance be calendared for
Ay,
third
approve siya.
and final reading.
Third and final reading. Okay.
Move sa approve.
Approval for second reading and then final,
Approval.
third and final reading.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No.
So, in a second for the approval of the ordinance. Okay, it's been seconded.
I move, Madam Chair, that this be calendared for third and final reading. The other matters, Madam Chair.
Okay, okay. To be discussed during other matters.
Okay,
Okay.
Business on third and final
So
reading.
we are now on the third and final reading. We have the ordinance establishing the local research and development incentives program of Ipil, providing support mechanisms and incentives to promote innovation, scientific research and technology-driven development.
Say aye for the approval of this ordinance.
Aye.
Aye. We have the aye vote.
Item B, we have the ordinance promoting agribusiness development in the municipality, transforming traditional agriculture into sustainable agribusiness enterprise, providing mechanisms, incentives, and support services thereof.
Okay, say aye for the
This
approval.
one.
Aye.
Aye.
We have also the aye vote, Madam.
Item C, we have the ordinance granting amnesty to delinquent leases tenants of the local government-owned stalls at the Ipil public market by waiving penalties or charges and interest until December 31, 2025.
Say aye.
Aye.
We have the aye vote, Madam Secretary.
Well, on other
The
matters.
other matters, Honorable Dangpalan.
Or
For
Other
third and
matters?
final
Dapat
reading.
ya?
Napay third and
O
final
sige, una
reading.
ka bro.
Dili ko.
Ano sa to tayo?
Ngayon.
Dili na.
Ina,
Ako na lang
quotation
basahan.
na.
Madam Chair.
Dili na. Ako na lang
Ah,
basahan.
okay.
For other matters, we have for third and final reading the ordinance institutionalizing the local implementation of universal health care, integrating barangay health services, health referral system, and public-private partnership in healthcare delivery and for other purposes as amended, Madam Chair.
Okay, say aye.
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 Okay, we have the aye vote.
Other matters.
Okay, other matters, Honorable
Yes.
Alcorisa, you have one.
Yes, this one is in relation to draft ordinance number 022. The ordinance prescribing and approving the internal rules and regulations, IRR, on quasi-judicial functions. Madam Chair, I move for the approval of this ordinance on the third and final reading.
Okay, for those who are in favor, say aye. So we have the aye vote, Madam.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Meron.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Honorable Ebol.
I move to pass an ordinance for the third and final reading. Madam Chair, an ordinance granting amnesty.
Amnesty.
Kumana. Nag-aay na ta.
Naman nag-aye.
Approve na.
Lain.
Where were you?
Approve na.
From the decision of the chair.
Okay, okay na ka.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would like to ask for consideration item A, Madam Chair, under reference of business, which was introduced by this, sponsored by this representation, which was earlier referred to the Committee on Rules.
Yeah, Committee on Rules.
Yes. May I ask, Madam Chair, that this will be considered as urgent, because this is just an amendment of our existing market and slaughterhouse code, Madam Chair.
Okay, we will ask the chairman of sa Committee on Rules. on
Yes,
second
Madam
decision
Chair.
for this.
Honorable Joel is a member also of the Committee on Rules,
Okay.
Resolutions and Ordinances. So I agree with Honorable Joel to for the urgency and for the approval for second and final second reading today.
Okay.
And perhaps if given the chance, we will approve this on the third and final reading on the other matters.
Yeah, but before we proceed, you have to take it out from the committee. Okay, it was already
Yes.
referred to your committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would like to request Honorable Joel to pass a resolution taking out this referred matter from the Committee on Rules.
With this, Madam Chair, I move for a resolution taking out of this particular item, which was referred earlier from the Committee on Rules, Madam Chair.
Okay, the second.
Second, Madam Chair.
Seconded. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move for this to pass and
For second reading.
okay.
Second reading.
I move to a resolution for second reading, Madam Chair. This draft ordinance number 020, an ordinance amending ordinance number 9-167-2002, otherwise known as ordinance establishing the implementing guidelines and policies in the conduct and operation of the public market and slaughterhouse in the municipality, particularly Article 2 under Section 14, miscellaneous provision, by adding paragraph 14 A-101-A, paragraph 14B-02-1, Article 4, Section 28, paragraph 28 F, Madam Chair. I so move.
Second, Madam Chair.
Seconded. Calendar second reading.
Yes,
For
Madam
second
Chair.
reading.
For the second reading, approval for the second reading, Madam Chair. And I move that this be considered for approval
For the third
in the third and final reading in the period of the other matters. Other matters.
Other matters?
We are already on the other matters.
Third final reading.
Madam Chair, thank you. I move for a resolution again for the approval in the
Ordinance na ka. Dili resolution.
ordinance
It's an ordinance.
for the third and final reading, a resolution, an ordinance number 020.
I second, Madam Chair.
Taas ka.
Ni postman siya, kaya naman na ba?
Okay,
Thank you very much.
continue. Continue.
Continue pa na ako?
Yeah, continue.
Kampat ako mata. Okay. Number 9-167-02, 2002, otherwise known as an ordinance establishing the implementing guidelines and policies in the conduct and operation of the public market and slaughterhouse in this municipality, particularly Article 2 under Section 14, miscellaneous provision, by adding paragraph 14, A-01-A, paragraph 14B-02-1, particularly Section 4,
Yes.
28 paragraph 28F, Madam Chair. I sumog.
Yeah, can you
Second.
explain first that what paragraph, unsa ding paragraph 14A, 01, paragraph 14, and article section. Can you explain to
Thank you,
us?
Madam Chair. 14 period A, the period 101-A, Madam Chair, is a prohibition for the use of multicolored electrical bulb
Okay.
in the different stalls within the public market, because it is already a usual practice of our vendors, especially in the fresh fish section, that our vendors will just put somewhat reflection para lang muusog ang convincing ang pagbaligya sa
Nga fresh ya.
sa mga karne, makolored siya, gwapa ng taon. So, we recommend only one, Madam Chair, the daylight electrical bulb as recommended by the National Meat Inspection Service. Second is 14B period 02 period 1 is the slaughtering time schedule in our public abattoir. As I said, ongoing ang atong operation, but we have no schedule of slaughter. That's why we are running short of our fuel. Kay kapadayon ra gyud kanunay ang ato ang slaughtering nga wala na sa proper use ba. So also our mga butchers, tungod ka wa tay regulation sa time, magbuot na labod sila kung sa oras sila mo tungha, as an effect, no, maapektahan jud ang ato ang supply sa atong consumption sa atong fuel. Section 28 F
Paragraph 28.
Paragraph 8, Madam Chair, is strictly prohibiting the parking on both sides in the public market. That's why we always remind our our vendors ang atong gihimo, and even during the time of Meadow Boyet until now, we are just considering mugamit lang usata para di rapod madali-dali og makalitan ng mga tao one side parking only. But actually, we do not allow, no, unless siguro we will study that perhaps we will identify there, no, og asa pwede mabutangan natong mga waiting shed para asa magpaabot lang ang ato ang mga what is this, mga consuming public. So that's next, Madam Chair, that this representation, and as far as our committee chairmanship is, we will try to resolve that issue. But let me indicate this first in our ordinance, that strictly no parking in both sides on our road network in the public market.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Ebol. So, for those who are in favor, say aye.
Aye.
For the approval of the ordinance. We have the aye vote, Madam Secretary. Any more other matters?
I
Honorable
have one, Madam Chair. I move for a resolution endorsing Mr. Roy Disipulo Flores, a resident of Barangay Tawai, for his application to the Philippine National Police. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second? Then seconded.
Okay na?
Madam Chair, I
Yes,
have two resolution. A resolution requesting Congresswoman Marlesa Doc Marley Hofer Hasim for a 2-story multi-purpose building for health delivery services at Poblacion Ipil RHU complex. Madam Chair, I so move.
And a second for the resolution. It's
Second.
been seconded. Okay.
And another resolution, Madam Chair, I move for a resolution requesting Congresswoman Marlesa Doc Marley Hofer Hasim for the concreting of access road within the RHU compound. I so move, Madam Chair.
And a second?
Second, Madam
Seconded.
Chair.
Okay, any more other matters? Adjournment.
Ano?
Madam Chair, I think the Honorable Catalonia sponsored that resolution requesting the Honorable Congresswoman Hasim with regards to the 50 million na to,
The slaughterhouse.
slaughterhouse, because we visited the slaughterhouse in Dipolog City just last Monday, Madam Chair, and we found out that MOA that we recently approved in joint venture with the National Meat Inspection Service, Madam Chair, actually is that amount is not enough to put up a slaughterhouse, double A slaughterhouse. So I asked the in charge there, the counterpart of the National Meat Inspection Service, Madam Chair, is only good for the facilities inside. The remaining 8 million as what the NMIS offered as our counterpart is not enough to put up a building, because in my estimate, Madam Chair, siguro ang Dipolog City mugasto more than 50 million counterpart sa slaughterhouse.
Okay, maybe kang nangayo man tag there's a resolution, di ba? 50
Yes.
million, and sa katungan is 16 million ba to? Pila to? 16, no? Ang counterpart sa munisipyo is
Mad-
8.
Madam Chair.
8. So
16
maybe
tanan.
ang kang congresswoman, pwede na siya mahimong phase 2. Maunang
But,
ato.
Madam Chair, may we know the provisions within the MOA as to unsa ang with ang kuan bitaw ang use sa 16? Is it infrastructure? Is it equipments?
Equipments.
Nasa MOA? Kasi if it's equipment, tigil siya pwede magamit as infra.
Yeah. Unsay na ato
That's
sa
why,
MOA?
Madam Chair, I raised this so that the Honorable Catalonia, as the proponent of that resolution, will try to closely coordinate with the Office of the Congresswoman o paunsa gyud paggamit atong 50 million kay I believe og building alone, I do not know og mo-cover pa baka siya sa iyang concreting diya sa iyang palibot is enough. So yes.
So maybe we can ask Honorable Catalonia to sit down with
Yes,
on,
we will. Yes, Madam Chair, I will have a visit with our good Congresswoman regarding this matter. But sa akong pagkahibalo, they prefer magyud the project from zero. So sila gyud ang mag-build sa tanan.
Okay.
But this is just a request amounting to that certain figure, no, ang 50 million. But if the project design and ang program of works will entail a larger amount, I think kata man ang i-follow, dili man ang ato ang request. So we'll just have to have a good talk with our good Congresswoman regarding such matter.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Catalonia.
Follow up, Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable.
Ug pwede lang gid unta nga it must be considered that the contractor of that kanang slaughterhouse building pohon be handled by an NMIS accredited contractor kay lisod jud og dili accredited di magadimao jud ang trabaho. So katong sa Dipolog, Madam Chair, accredited nga.
So appeal na sa discussion unya ni
Yes.
ano yan? Honorable
NMIS
Catalonia.
accredited.
Yeah. Siguro maybe po na Honorable Ebol, no? I-present siguro po nimo ang plano. Ihatag nimo kang Honorable Catalonia para ma-present po niya dito kang Congresswoman.
Naa
Kay-
sila ilahang panjud, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
ni may S.
ihatag na nimo kang Honorable Catalonia.
Okay,
Para
we will ask that.
ma-present po niya kang Honorable Kwan
Okay,
as
okay.
atong Congresswoman. Okay?
Thank you, Madam
So,
Chair.
any more other matters? Honorable
Wala na.
Alibot lang. Wala na.
Adjourn.
The most awaited part.
Motion for adjournment, Madam Chair.
Ay, the second for the adjournment. Okay. Session adjourned.